Alright, so as you guys all know, the free banner is kicking off on Global tonight. So you have time to decide, okay. And also, it's not going to be initially you get like the unit, right? It will take you time to reach these milestones, which again, never spend gems in it until you finish your free ones, and then spend your gems. Got it? Good. Now, with it, today we'll talk about who you should pick at each milestone, and what the best character is out of the bunch that we do have here. It's very similar to my last year's video, due to the fact that literally 1, 2, 3 spots changed, I guess. So today, let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's talk about it. So first thing, if you've played recently over the course of the last like 6 months, you've already gotten a free unit. First off, you've had this free banner one time. You had a chance to obtain all 3 characters. Now, you also got a free festival coupon, which you could have redeemed for a free festival unit, one of the main sins, yeah, and that's there. So both of those things were options for you. So theoretically, when you look at this first milestone, you really don't need Escanor. You have Escanor. If you want to go for just collection and get Festival King, go get Festival King. He is very dupe reliant if you want to go and like farm final boss or something with him. Honestly, if you have both of them, maybe just go Escanor. His death damage is pretty strong, and for a character that is not used that much, he still is good. And for PvE content, he'll be pretty helpful. That death ultimate can help you in a lot of stuff if you don't have Freya and things like that. He's the only other death character, or death ult character that exists. So think about it. All right, I would kind of say lean Escanor on the dupe side of things, but if you're going for initial, pick Escanor anyways. You should have him already. If you don't, this is weird, but if you don't have any character, let's say you don't have any of these, you go Escanor. Let's say you have Escanor, just go King, get King, it's collection, it's GP points. It's a level 90 unit and 6-star awaken in your box. That's like 54 GP points, I think, exactly. So realize that that's a good thing. That's pretty damn good, all right? So that's there. And also, as always, with any of these tiers, just think outside the box, right? Pick one character that you already have, head over to the coin shop, and let's say you own all of the sins, just pick all 3 and then swap for a different sin that you don't have, right? There will be the festival shop here, and you will have a chance to exchange for whoever you want. Let's say Festival Chad King is in there, which he will be. Exchange for him. Let's say Festival Merlin's in there. Exchange for her. Let's say Festival Deanne's in there, which they all should be. Just exchange for each one that you care for, and whichever you care for. Remember also, I would recommend before you do anything, the banner will be here anyway, so really not much there, but just realize, like, before you, if this is a big if, you do go till the 600, right? And before you, when the banner drops, you pull a bunch of like dupe festival units. Before you spend those dupes, just see if you get any dupes here. These are kind of garbage dupes if you're not using them, so just throw them onto the banner or the coin shop and pick who you want. Just keep that in mind. So with it, I think it's pretty basic. If you have Escanor, right, you pick King. Just for collection, it's fine. If you don't have both of them, you pick Escanor. If you have both of them, maybe pick Escanor. Escanor has really good death damage, though again, his is like Abyss, where you kind of need a 6/6. Not really anything below that is good, but a 6/6 is needed, so really chasing that unless you have a 5/6 right now isn't worth the effort, right? On to this one. This one is a little bit weird because Gowther is used a bit in PvP by some people, correct? So he does have some sort of use case, If you use your Gowther in PvP, then get a dupe for him. Bond really doesn't see the light of day in PvP anymore, and even that in PvE, he kind of has fallen off hardcore. There's not really a content you need Bond for. Maybe to cheese one of the knighthood bosses, and that too. We have better teams now, but Bond, again, there's a new Bond coming out. You don't really need that Bond, but again, you gotta think outside the box here. That's a free festival dupe. Trade that in for like Merlin, for like King, for like Deanne, and then it's worth it. Again, you need 2 more, obviously, so 3 festival coins, but again, he's one of them. He's 1 out of 3. It is helpful, so that is there, but I do think Gowther is the best pick. Let's say you have Gowther, you don't have Bond, you pick Bond. Simple as that. Let's say you have Bond, you don't have Gowther, you pick Gowther. Regardless of anything, you should just pick Gowther in this situation, just genuinely. But if you want to go and dupe out your Bond finally, more than welcome to. Bond doesn't really see much play, plus his team is super needed, and you may not have that built, right? So if you're a new player, go Gowther. If you're a new player, go Escanor. It's simple as that too. But last one. This one's a fun one. So Merlin is still a great unit, and in top PvP and JP apparently, and Global too, people use cheese Merlin teams, right? You're not reaching that stage if you're a new player, right? But if you're a middle player, maybe you're at that point you could. Merlin is still great, regardless of what you say, but Margaret is good too. Yeah? Simple thing. If you have Merlin, you go Margaret. If you have Margaret, you go Merlin. Now, if you have both, well, that's where it gets a little bit complicated. If you're running Goddess team and you plan to in the future, pick up a copy of Margaret. Now, again, who knows how long it will take for Margaret's unit to get thrown off of Goddess team. We don't know that. Unknown team is still very reliable, though again, this Merlin doesn't really see any play on the main Unknown team that's currently run. Any team with a kid or anything like that. There's no reason to run this Merlin because the new Merlin serves that purpose much better, right? So at the end of the day, if you're looking for a PvE carry, what is it? Goddess team is very good for final boss content, for a lot of content like that, and currently with this final boss, you kind of need Goddess team, and Margaret will suffice and will very much help you. Merlin is good for Grey Demon, good for just high tier damage on some of the bosses, and for PvP, she's just okay. Again, people use her for like cheese team, that recovery thing, though again, I don't know much on that one, so I can't really say anything. Plus, you got to be like high CC and stuff like that to get that working, so not really there. But it just depends on who you would use, right? Margaret is mainly Goddess team and some PvE activities because of the super high stats they can have as goddesses. But again, Merlin has some play here and there. Personally, if you want what I would do in each of these situations, I already have a 6/6 Escanor, so I'll just pick King. Probably I won't even use it. I'll just trade that away. I don't really care. Here, I don't have a 6/6 Gother. I only have a 5/6, so I'll 6/6 that finally. Believe I already have a 6/6 Bond. Plus, I wouldn't even pick it up if I was Bond. If I had a 6/6 Gother, I'd pick up the Bond copy to throw that away for some other festival unit. That's what I would do. In this situation, my Margaret is low, and Goddess team isn't that bad. I'll just go for Goddess team. Merlin, I don't really use anymore. It's rare that I've actually thrown Merlin onto a team. So I'd personally just let it go and say, screw that. But again, people use her. Outside of that, I don't really know. I think Goddess Margaret is more of a use thing just because of Goddess team. If you run Goddess team, it's a great dupe to pick up. But other than that, and she has a cleanse card. She's good for other activities as well. I'm not like giving her the most help in the explanation here, but she's a great character. Nonetheless, she is. As much as you want to hate on her, I'd maybe go for this one instead of this one, just because of that. But again, if you don't have both of them, you start. She is really helpful. But again, a cleanse card of that, I'll lean Margaret. I will lean Margaret on this one. But again, she is pretty helpful as well. The new Merlin is pretty good too. But yeah, I would say new Margaret. So again, quick recap. Here, if you have nothing, you go Escanor. Here, if you have nothing, you go Gother. Here, if you have nothing, just decide. Unknown team is still very strong. This could be very helpful. But again, Margaret with a cleanse card for PvE activities, she does really come in clutch here and there. I would say Margaret. I personally would. Again, she's a core sin. She'll get added here and there to most banners. Plus, if we ever get like a Fez coupon again, the core sins will get picked, right? So you have many chances to obtain them. So I think that it's good to lean that one. Again, the regular roster on this banner sucks absolute balls. Maybe Darius here. Green Shin is here. Gerhard is there for collection. That's there for PvE. That's there for PvE. So that's pretty good, actually. So, I mean, it's not bad, but like, let's ignore this stuff and then get to this stuff. I guess it gets okay. Yeah. Again, this is here, so people can finally pick this up. This is here. People can pick that up. Magelda's there. So there is some good units on the outside. Don't worry about that. But yeah, that's my current thoughts over here. This free banner is going to kick off also with the... Yeah, no, dude. There's like 1, 2 okay units collection, and then this is good. That's it, dude. This is such a bad banner, too. It's crazy. Free banners aren't that bad. Are bad, sorry. Are bad. Just that one has an okay bottom half. It has Magelda. It has Matrona. It has that Alate. So I'll let that one slide, but that's the quick little video here. Talk about who to pick from these banners. That's my thoughts again. If you think otherwise, let me know. But yeah, that's just how I think, and yeah,